Another year has come to a close, so I thought it's only fitting to look at the most anticipated movies of 2026. Here's the 2025 list, if you're wondering, because last year I did look at the most anticipated movies of 2025, and yeah, here they are. There's a lot of films on this list that weren't, like, the trailer hadn't come out for them yet, so there was no hype for them, so obviously people didn't know about a lot of these films. So I'm guessing the same for 2026, where a lot of the films that I'm going to go over in this video, some of them might get no attention at all, and then some of them are obviously going to take off, and then some of them are not even going to be on the list. There's also some films that are a bit up in the air to when they're releasing. So some films are marketed as like having no date, but then sometime this year it will be announced that, oh, it's coming out this year. But yeah, here is what we've got to work with. In this video, we're going to look through all of these on this first page. First of all, we got the Angry Birds movie 3. Wow, okay. This has Smosh in it. That's all I really know about it. Because I know Smosh had voice roles in the previous films, but I'm pretty sure their roles are much more, like, bigger in this film, which is kind of fun, I guess. I watched the first two Angry Birds movies in cinemas. I didn't mind them. I don't actually think the second one was better than the first. I think the second one was pretty fun. I don't remember much from them, to be honest, but yeah, I have nothing against them. Next, we got Violent Night 2. I did really like the first Violent Night. It's a bit generic. The writing's not amazing, but it's really fun seeing Santa beat some people up, and obviously he's played by David Harbour, so it's very fun. This is releasing in December 2026, so it's a while to wait, but I'm definitely excited for that one. Reminders of Him. I do not know about this one. It seems like a January movie. No, it's a March movie. Okay, well, this is in March. When Diem's custodial grandparents adamantly refuse Kenna's attempts to see her, she discovers unexpected compassion and then something truer and deeper with former NFL player and local bar owner Ledger. As a secret romance develops, so do the dangers for both of them, leading Kenna towards heartbreak and ultimately the hope for a second chance. So it's kind of a romance. It's kind of a romance drama, I guess. Yeah, drama romance. It stars Micah Monroe. Oh, I think she's the lead in Longlegs, isn't it? Yeah, I thought she was good in Longlegs. So it seems interesting. Tyrick Withers. I'm guessing it's the, yeah. Oh, it's the guy from Him. Yeah, it's a decent cast. Cat in the Hat. I watched the trailer for this. This does not look great, to be honest. The jokes in it are kind of cringe. But you got Bill Hader voicing Cat in the Hat. I don't know if he's got enough to work with, to be honest. I don't know if the writing's good enough. It looks interesting. I don't think nothing can beat the legendary live-action version from 2003. But you never know. Focker in Law. This is the fourth Meet the Fockers film, directed by John Hamburg. I don't think this guy did the previous ones. Oh, I don't know. I really like Joe Roach, the director. His comedic timing and like a lot of the comedy in his films is just like proper awkward humour, but it works so well, and it's kind of like satisfying awkward humour where you kind of like revel in the character's shame when some of these things happen. I've seen Meet the Parents, I've seen Meet the Fockers, really good comedies. I've seen bits and pieces of Little Fockers, I think. This is directed by a completely different director. I don't think people liked it, judging by the rating. So hopefully this film bounces back. This has Ariana Grande. It seems very fun. It comes out in November, which is a long time away. The Gallerist. A desperate gallerist conspires to sell a dead body at Art Basel, Miami. Ooh. This has a stacked cast, bro. Natalie Portman, Jen Ortega, Divine Joy Randolph, Zach Galifianakis, Charlie XCX. That is probably why there's a bunch of hype around this film. It seems very interesting and weird, and yeah. Practical Magic 2. We've got Sandra Bullock, Nicole Kidman, Macy Williams. Oh yeah, thinking from Game of Thrones. A multi-generational family of witches cursed to be loveless for centuries attempts to break the spell by confronting dark secrets and sacrificing for each other. It kind of feels like a kind of Addams Family, like Tim Burton-y film. Oh, it's a sequel. Oh, obviously, it's the same director as Bird Box, so I don't know. I mean, it seems like a kind of campy thing. Goat. I'm not sure how to feel about this one. Like, the animation of this looks amazing. You've got Caleb McLaughlin voicing the main character. I'm pretty sure... Oh, it's a thingy from Stranger Things, isn't it? It's Sony Pictures project, so I have hope in it. It's about a goat who wants to be a goat at basketball, I guess. It seems fun. Psycho Killer. Following the brutal murder of her husband, a Kansas Highway Patrol officer sets out on a journey to track down the perpetrator. As the hunt progresses, she comes to realise the man responsible is a sadistic serial killer, and the depth of his mental depravity and sinister agenda is more twisted than anyone could imagine. I feel that's kind of giving away a bit too much of the plot, to be honest, but alright. It's kind of giving me Heart Eyes vibes from last year. It feels very Heart Eyes-y. I'm guessing this is going to be a fun slasher. It might be a bit generic, but alright. In the Grey, Guy Ritchie. I'm pretty sure this came up last year as well, didn't it? Here we got In the Grey. I haven't liked a lot of Guy Ritchie's recent output, to be honest. I haven't seen Fountain of Youth, but I didn't even bother with Fountain Youth because I just heard really bad things about it. So hopefully this is alright. It's him teaming up with Henry Cavill again for like the third or fourth time. He's teaming up with Jake Gyllenhaal again. Two extraction specialists must plan an escape path for a high-level female negotiator. I just miss when Guy Ritchie just did these like grounded British gangster films. He did have a really good run. Lock, Stock, Two Smoking Barrels, Snatch, Let's Ignore Swept Away. Rock and Roller was great. And then he started doing more bigger studio stuff. I do hope it's fun. Entitled, Trey Parker, Matt Stone, Kendrick Lamar comedy. I looked over this one last year as well. I'm really excited for this one because I love Kendrick Lamar. And obviously teaming up with Matt and Trey, the two people behind South Park. It seems like it's going to be like a really good comedy. A young black man interning as a slave reenactor at a living history museum discovers that his white girlfriend's ancestors once owned his. It's just an insane synopsis. Apparently it comes out in March, but we haven't had any like marketing for it at all. The cast hasn't been announced as well. Yeah, but hopefully it's good. The Strangers Chapter 3. I don't know why this is on this list. I've heard generally terrible things about this remake trilogy, I guess. Part of me wants to think that they might make a decent film, but I don't see that happening, to be honest. Mercy! I'm very torn on this one. I've seen bits of the trailer. Part of me thinks it could be a really fun sci-fi dystopian film, but another part of me feels like it's going to be very not great at all. Let me see the director's previous stuff. Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. It has a decent concept. In the near future, a detective stands on trial, accused of murdering his wife. He has 90 minutes to prove his innocence to the advanced AI judge he wants championed before it determines his fate. It is a January film as well, so there's not a good track record with January films. Minions 3. I didn't even know this was coming out next year. I mean, The Rise of Gru was a surprise. Like, I didn't expect The Rise of Gru to be as good as it was. So, you never know, Minions 3 could be a cinematic masterpiece. This is directed by the same guy who did Despicable Me 1, Despicable Me 2, Despicable Me 3, and the first Minions. I wish it would have been the same guy who did Rise of Gru, but alright. The Sheep Detectives. What? George Hardy, a shepherd, loves his sheep and raises them only for their wool. Every night he reads aloud a murder mystery, pretending his sheep can understand, never suspecting that not only they can understand, but they argue for hours afterwards about who done it. When George is found dead under mysterious circumstances, the sheep realise at once that it was a murder, and they think they know everything about how to go about solving it. The local cop, Tim Derry, on the other hand, has never solved a serious crime in his life, so the sheep conclude they will have to solve it themselves, even if it means leaving their meadow for the first time and facing the fact that the human world isn't as simple as it appears in the books. What? Bro, the cast! Hugh Jackman and Emma Thompson blood in the lead roles. Bryan Cranston, Patrick Stewart, Regina Hall, Bella Ramsey. I don't know what to think of this at all, but this is the director of Rise of Gru. This is what the director of Rise of Gru was up to. The Rip. Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. When was the last time they teamed up? Because I know they were both in Good Will Hunting, but I don't know if they were in any film after that. But it's nice seeing them team up again. After a team of Miami cops discover millions in cash inside a derelict stash house, Trish phrase as everything and everyone is called into question. I'm not gonna lie, it seems like a very generic crime thriller, I guess. But it's nice seeing Ben Affleck and Matt Damon team up again. Live action Masters of the Universe. Almost 2 decades after crashing down to Earth, Prince Adam is whisked back across space to defend his home planet, Eternia, against the evil forces of Skeletor. But to defeat such a powerful villain, Prince Adam will have to first uncover the mysteries of his past and become He-Man, the most powerful man in the universe. I'm not very familiar with the original Masters of the Universe, so yeah. It's got an interesting cast though. You got Idris Elba, Alison Brie. Oh, I didn't know Jared Leto was attached to this. That's kind of put me off that film a little bit now, I'm not gonna lie. Crime 101. Chris Hemsworth, Halle Berry, Mark Ruffalo, Barry Keoghan. This is another very stacked cast. When an elusive thief whose high-stakes heists unfolds along the iconic 101 freeway in Los Angeles eyes the score of a lifetime with hopes of this being his final job, his path collides with a disillusioned insurance broker who is facing her own crossroads, forcing the two to collaborate. Determined to crack the case, a relentless detective closes in on the operation, raising the stakes even higher. I'm not expecting anything special from it. It doesn't seem like a masterpiece or anything, but it seems like another very fun crime thriller. It could be very generic, I don't know, but you never know. The Dog Stars. Oh, new Ridley Scott. I'm not gonna lie, Ridley Scott hasn't made the best films recently. Gladiator 2 I thought was alright. Napoleon, same. I thought it was like alright, pretty good. I haven't seen The Martian, but I've heard that was his last like really good film. So I don't know if it can recapture it in this film. It's got Jacob Elordi in it, Margaret Qualley, Josh Brolin got Guy Pearce, Benedict Wong, so some really good actors. After the world's population has been ravaged by a pandemic, a man lives a lonesome existence in a Colorado airplane hangar with his dog and a dour gunman he has befriended. When a mysterious transmission comes through on the radio while he's flying his old Cessna, it sparks a hunt for the provenance of the sound. So it seems like a film about aliens and that. Remain! This is a new M. Night Shyamalan. I'm kind of hyped for this. I haven't seen the worst of the worst when it comes to M. Night Shyamalan. I've heard his run from Lady in the Water to After Earth is just absolutely terrible. I haven't seen any of those films. I've seen The Sixth Sense to Village, and then I've seen Split all the way to Trap, and I think all of his films are really fun. Some of them are not amazing, and the twists and turns that they take aren't great. Glass is very underwhelming. Old is just so goofy. Look at the Cabin, I thought was pretty fun. And then Trap, I really loved. Architect Tate Donovan arrives to Cape Cod to design a client's summer home. Struggling with the loss of his family, he moves into a historic home where he meets Ren, a mysterious young woman who challenges Tate's perception of the world. Seems very interesting. It doesn't seem as grand scale as a lot of his more recent films. It seems much more contained. Live action Street Fighter. There's another one where I've seen bits and pieces of the teaser trailer that they showed at the Game Awards. There's a lot of colour to it. It has a lot of style to it, as a very stacked cast. The only Street Fighter game that I've played is Street Fighter 6, but it's one of my favourite games ever. I haven't tried playing any other Street Fighter games because the controls are different. Who's the director? I'm not familiar with this guy. He did Bad Trip. It's got decent ratings. Jumanji 3 or Jumanji 4. I haven't seen The Next Level, so I kind of need to watch that. The original Jumanji is like a childhood classic. I watched that a lot as a child. I had it on DVD. What Happened to the Jungle I thought was alright. Insidious, The Bleeding World. I thought they were finished with the Insidious films, I'm not gonna lie. They came out with that one, The Red Door, and I thought that was the last one, but clearly not. I don't really care, to be honest. I haven't seen Insidious and Insidious 2. I've been meaning to watch them for a while now. I've heard after Insidious 2 it kind of just falls off. The Social Reckoning. It's a sequel to Social Network, directed by Aaron Sorkin. I'm not familiar with this guy's work. I do have high hopes for this one. Got Mikey Madison in the lead role, Jeremy Allen White, Jeremy Strong, Bill Burr. Amazing cast. Jeremy Strong plays Mark Zuckerberg in this one, as an older Mark Zuckerberg now, obviously. So I think it could work. Forbidden Fruits. Free Eden employee Apple secretly runs a witchy femme cult in the basement of the mall store after hours, with fellow fruits Cherry and Fig. When a new hire Pumpkin challenges their performative sisterhood, the women are forced to face their own poisons or succumb to a bloody fate. This comes out in April, even though it seems like a very Halloween film, comedy horror. It looks like it could have a lot of style to it. Cold Storage. This is a trailer that I saw that played before Finance Race 2. There's a lot of exploding heads. When a mutating, highly contagious fungus escapes a sealed facility, two young employees, joined by a grizzled bioterror operative, must survive the wildest night shift ever to save humanity from resistance. It seems very fun. It's got Liam Neeson in a fun role, Joe Keery, Georgina Campbell. I love Boosters. A crew of professional shoplifters known as the Velvet Gang take aim at a cutthroat fashion maven. Keke Palmer in the main role, Taylor Page, Lakeith Stansfield, Demi Moore, Will Poulter, Don Cheadle. I thought I said Jay-Z then. But great cast, again, as potential. Evil Dead Burn. There's not one Evil Dead film that I haven't not liked. It's like an 8 out of 10 up, really. My least favourite film is the remake, but I still think it's a really amazing film. I'm going to add it to the watch list. Verity. Michael Snowalter. Oh no. Struggling writer Lowen Ashley is on the brink of financial ruin when she accepts the job offer of a lifetime. She's been hired to complete the remaining books in a successful series that best-selling thriller author Verity Crawford is unable to finish after a mysterious accident. Upon arrival at the lavish Crawford estate, Ashley slowly learns that things are not exactly as they seem. There's another Colleen Hoover adaptation. There's been a lot of Colleen Hoover adaptations recently. Regressing You, It Ends With Us. I haven't heard good things about both of these films. I don't care. Hoppers. It's a Pixar film. Pixar just haven't missed that much for me. People say Pixar's fell off in recent years, but I just don't agree. Elio is a really good film. No one saw it for some reason. Inside Out 2 was great. Elemental, overhated. Lightyear was a miss. Lightyear was a miss. And it's another original film from them, so I'm not complaining. Has a really fun concept. It's kind of like Avatar, but going into like an animal's body. It seems like it has good potential. Comes out in March. Lee Cronin's The Mummy, directed by Lee Cronin. There's the guy who did Evil Dead Rise, isn't it? Yeah. I really liked Evil Dead Rise, so I'm interested to see his take on The Mummy. The young daughter of a journalist disappears into the desert without a trace. 8 years later, the broken family is shocked when she is returned to them as what should be a joyful reunion turns into a living nightmare. I guess it seems like a twist on the mummy story, I guess. It doesn't really seem like the mummy at all, to be honest, but it seems very interesting. Greenland 2, Migration. This is the second Greenland film. Okay. I haven't seen the first Greenland film. Yeah, this is a January film. I don't have high hopes for this, but Hokum. This is Damon McCarthy's second? No, he's done a lot of films before this, actually. But I really liked Odyssey. I thought it was a really interesting film. It's very Irish, I guess. It was just a really creepy film. So I'm interested to see his next film, because his next film stars Adam Scott. I loved him in Severance, obviously. I loved him in Parks and Rec. I give it a watch list. Live action Moana. This is the opposite of of that last film, but I do not care for this film at all. I watched the trailer for it, like, when it came out, and I felt nothing, bro. You're just taking all the whimsy and the fun and the beautiful visuals out of the film and just making it just real. Like, I know it's gonna make like so much money as well. That's the thing that pisses me off. This comes out in the summer, so yeah, it's going to be a big film, isn't it, obviously. One that I am really excited about, though, is Scary Movie 6. Yeah, I'm excited about this film. You've got the Wayans returning to the franchise. You've got Regina Hall returning. You've got Anna Faris returning. The only Scary Movie film I haven't seen is the second one, but I've seen all the rest. I used to watch 3, 4 and 5 like on loop, like when I was a child. I don't think I should have. 1 and 2 was like where the Wayans were like really involved, and then they weren't involved with 3, 4 and 5. I have high hopes this is going to like parody remakes and films of today. I feel like it's going to rebirth the parody genre. Like The Naked Gun last year, I felt that kind of like revitalise the parody genre a little bit, but I felt like this film is really going to like properly revitalise it. I don't know if that's a good thing, because when these films started taking off, then you had these movies come out, like Disaster Movie, Date Movie, Meet the Spartans, like really awful films, and that's what ended up killing off the genre. Hopefully the genre doesn't get brought back just to die again. It comes out in June, so yeah, not long to wait for that one. This is one that everyone's been waiting for such a long time. Coyote versus Acme. It finished production like I think 2022 or something, and then Warner Brothers scrapped it for like, I can't remember what it was for like tax reasons or something. The amount of people and the effort that's put into making a film like this, and then they just decide to scrap it. Like, it's kind of horrible. I think another company like bought this film off them because there's like such a public outcry for this thing to be released. It comes out in August. It's directed by the same guy who... Is that Jared? Is that Jared from Subway Blood? Okay. Terrifier 4. The Terrifier films just keep getting better and better. The budget keeps increasing, like the practical effects get better, the story improves, the acting improves. The lore around Art the Clown is just really interesting. Obviously the kills are absolutely brutal. Art the Clown's just like established himself as like a classic horror villain. It might be the last installment. It says what started on Earth will end in hell. It comes out October. Mortal Kombat 2. This one was supposed to come out October last year, but it got delayed because they said it was a bad time to release the film or something. I think they just wanted to push it forward to a summer release date so more people would see it, I guess. I haven't seen the first Mortal Kombat. I haven't seen the original Mortal Kombat, to be honest. I haven't played any of the Mortal Kombat games, but I've heard good things about this one. I think there's some people who got to see it at like test screenings and that, and they said it improves a lot on the first film, because the first film wasn't that well received. It's got Carl Urban in it as Johnny Cage. I love a bit of Carl Urban, and from the trailer it looks really fun as well. People we meet on vacation. After a decade as unlikely best friends and travel buddies, free-spirited Poppy and routine-loving Alex wonder if they might be a perfect romantic match. This one comes out very soon. It's probably going to be out by the time I'm releasing this video, to be honest. It has come out and people seem to really like it, which is nice, I guess. Resident Evil, Zach Cregger. There's another one I'm really hyped for. Zach Cregger hasn't missed. Barbarian was like such an amazing film. Like the amount of twists and turns that film takes is insane. Same with Weapons. So funny, creative, so scary. I haven't seen Miss March. This was in his like comedy era. Describes a reboot that won't retell a story from the game series, but will return to the franchise's suspense, horror roots, and be more faithful to the spirit of the early games. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a massive Resident Evil fan. I tried playing like a lot of them. I tried playing the first Resident Evil. It's just a really hard game to play.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh!
I played the Resident Evil 2 remake. I couldn't get into it. I tried playing the Resident Evil 4 remake. I couldn't really get into that as well. I know people say it's the best in the franchise, but like, I don't know if it's just I found it too hard and I'm not that much of a gamer. I think RE7 is supposed to be really good as well, and then RE8 dumbs down the horror. Yeah, I don't know if I should give those a chance. Super Mario Galaxy, I already have this watch listed because it seems like it's going to be very fun. I was really surprised by the first Super Mario Bros. Movie. It's one of the best Illumination films, which is not a high bar to reach, to be honest. Like, Despicable Me is a really good film, but then everything else is like, alright. Let me actually have a look at my Illumination ranking, because believe it or not, I've seen every Illumination film up to now. Yeah, I've got it as number 2. And I thought this film was good, funny. I haven't played Super Mario Galaxy, I'm not gonna lie. The film is, I think, pretty much based on that. I played Super Mario 64 on like the DS. I've played Super Mario Bros. World. I played Super Mario Maker, Super Mario Maker 2. I played a good amount of Mario games, but I don't think I played Super Mario Galaxy. I played Super Mario Sunshine as well. I played a bit of Super Mario Odyssey as well. I'm listing off all the Mario games that I played. Sorry. I'm definitely gonna be sat in the cinemas for this one, probably. How to Make a Killing. Disowned at birth by his obscenely wealthy family, blue-collar Beckett Redfellow will stop at nothing to reclaim his inheritance, no matter how many relatives stand in his way. Ooh, this has a really interesting concept. The trailer's already out for it. I might give it a watch, you know. That looks really fun. Comes out in February. I love a bit of Glenn Powell as well. Really like Margaret Qualley, Topher Grace, Ed Harris. Great cast. Flowervale Street. A family in the 80s starts to notice bizarre happenings in the neighbourhood. Rumours to be time travel film involving dinosaurs. What? Oh, it's the same director as It Follows. I haven't seen It Follows, to be honest. I need to see It Follows. This film looks really interesting. We haven't got a lot of dinosaur films outside of Jurassic Park, so I'm interested. Anne Hathaway, Ian McGregor. I'm in, bro. This seems really hype. Clayface. Hollywood horror tale centering on B-movie actor who injects himself with a substance to keep himself relevant, only to find that he can reshape his face and form, becoming a walking piece of clay. I'm hyped for this one. This is obviously the next DC film after Supergirl, I think. So it seems really interesting. It's like a body horror. It literally says the substance, a substance in the thing. So it's giving me like substance vibes. Like, I feel like I can do so much with like a shape-shifting like main character. James Watkins. Oh, he did Speak No Evil, and he did Shut Up and Dance, Black Mirror episode, which are 2 pretty dark films. I mean, Speak No Evil's kind of like more on the goofy side. It's a remake of a like very dark film, but then it takes it in like a more fun direction. So it comes out in September. Radionaut 2. I love the first Radionaut. It's so fun. These 2 directors just know how to make super fun slashers. I saw the trailer. It seems to follow up the events of the first film pretty reasonably. If you just saw the title and you'd seen the last film's ending, you'd be like, how would they continue that, and how would they do it again? But if you actually see the trailer, it seems to continue it in a very like natural way, which is interesting. So yeah, it introduces Catherine Newton as the sister. Digger. I saw the trailer for this. It uses Oh Green World by Gorillaz. It's an amazing song, so I kind of dug it. No pun intended. Maybe pun intended, actually. It stars Tom Cruise in the lead role. It seems like Tom Cruise is returning to like his like indie film roots, because he's been doing so many massive blockbuster films recently. Mission Impossible, Top Gun, Mission Impossible. The most powerful man in the world embarks on a frantic mission to prove he is humanity's saviour before the disaster he has unleashed destroys everything. I mean, it's not really a smaller film, is it? Reading that synopsis. It's got John Goodman, Riz Ahmed, Jesse Plemons. I'm so in. Comes out in October. Return to Silent Hill. This is the 3rd Silent Hill film. It might be a loose remake, because I heard people absolutely despise the 2nd Silent Hill film, but I've heard good things about the first one. Again, I haven't played the Silent Hill games. I'm not really that familiar. When James receives a mysterious letter from his lost love Mary, he is drawn to Silent Hill, a once familiar town now consumed by darkness. As he searches for her, James faces monstrous creatures and unravels a terrifying truth that will push him to the edge of his sanity. Yes, it's like a psychological thriller, psychological horror. Seems really interesting. Again, I'm not familiar with Silent Hill at all. This is from Christoph Gans. Oh, he did the original. I think I'll give the original a watch. I might skip the 2nd film because they're probably going to retcon it anyway. Narnia, Greta Gerwig. This one has Charlie XCX in it, doesn't it? Does it not? I thought this had Charlie XCX in it. I've seen bits and pieces of the original Narnia, but I'm not like super familiar with it. What is this on my screen, blood? It's got Emma McKay. Oh yeah, from Barbie, Death on the Nile. Carey Mulligan, great actress. Daniel Craig. So again, a good cast. It comes out in November. I like Greta Gerwig's previous films. I enjoyed Barbie. I enjoyed Lady Bird. I haven't seen Little Women. I really do need to see Little Women. I Want Your Sex. Greg Akari. Oh, did the Jeffrey Dahmer series? Alright. It did Mysterious Skin. I've heard good things about this film, actually. When fresh-faced Elliot lands an exciting job for renowned artist, icon, and provocateur Erica Tracy, his fantasies come true as Erica taps him to become her sexual muse. But Elliot soon finds himself out of his depth depth as Erica takes him on a journey more profound than he could ever have imagined into a world of sex, obsession, power, betrayal, and murder. I'm interested. This has Charlie XCX in it as well. Johnny Knoxville's in this. Olivia Wilde, Mason Gooding, The Backrooms. This is directed by Kane Parsons, who is like 1 year older than me. He came out with the original Backrooms short film 3 years ago. He was only like 16 or 17 when he made this, which is insane. Like the original Backrooms film, it's like a really effective found footage horror film. Obviously it completely like blew up and it created this whole like trend of like weird liminal spaces. I'm interested to see what he does with a feature length film. I don't know if it's going to work as well in the feature length format. I don't know if the whole film's going to be found footage. He has built out the lore, I'm pretty sure, and like sequel videos in that as well. So I'm interested to see what he does with this film. This comes out in September. The Moment, this one I'm very hyped for as well. Another Charlie XX film. This is about the making of Brat and the Brat tour, I guess, but like I think it's like a mix of documentary and acted bits, and it seems very funny. It's got Alexander Skarsgård in it, Rosanna Arquette. I'm excited to see what Charlie XX can do in terms of acting in a big like lead role in something, because we haven't really seen her apart from in the Angry Birds movie, obviously. Send Help, new Sam Raimi. I'm excited for this. The Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy is literally my childhood. Evil Dead films, like classics. I feel like this film has a lot of potential. Multiverse of Madness was kind of watered down, and I don't think he had enough involvement in it. I'm pretty sure he came in like halfway through production, but I think this film is like 100% him. I feel like Sam Raimi really thrives in horror. This comes out, it is a January film though. Mandalorian Grogu. I'm not hyped for this one at all. It's directed by Jon Favreau, so I have some excitement for it, I guess. I like Iron Man. I don't mind the Jungle Book remake. I haven't seen Chef. I've heard good things though. Alf is an alright Christmas film. Iron Man 2 is alright. Lion King remake is just like, it's the same story, shot for shot, but it's live action. I'm pretty sure Jon Favreau had a good amount of involvement in the Mandalorian show as well. Season 1 and 2 of the Mandalorian was amazing, but then season 3 is just like, it's so boring. It's one of the most boring seasons ever. I just feel like season 2 ended perfectly, and then the Boba Fett series just undoes all of that, and then season 3 it's just like, I just felt like going around in circles. They might do something interesting with this. I'm probably going to see it in cinemas because my dad really loves the Mandalorian. He defends season 3. It's got Sigourney Weaver in it playing, maybe it's the villain, I don't know. Jeremy Allen White playing Rotter the Hutt. Michael, this is one I'm immediately adding to the watch list. I'm a big Michael Jackson fan. Obviously Michael's had a really insane life. His childhood was absolutely terrible, and then from the Jackson 5 to then going into the solo career and then becoming like the biggest artist like ever, to then all like the allegations and the trial and all that. I'm pretty sure they had to cut a lot of the trial related stuff out of the film because of an agreement like the estate made with the people who took him to trial or something. I don't know, but they had to cut a lot of that stuff out, which hopefully doesn't affect it too much. I don't want to brush over that stuff because that was a big part in the latter half of his life. You got Michael's son playing him, which is perfect casting. I love Coleman Domingo and everything, so I feel like he's going to be really good in this film. Miles Teller, it's got a really great cast. I have high hopes for this one. This is the same guy who did, the Equalizer films. Okay. Yeah, at the end of the day, it's made by the Michael Jackson estate, so they're not going to show anything that's going to paint him in a weird light. But let's be honest, during the latter half of his life, he did a lot of weird stuff. Toy Story 5, they just keep making these films, bro. Everyone thought Toy Story 3 was a perfect conclusion, and then they did Toy Story 4, and it's like, okay, that was a good conclusion. And then they keep going, bro. They keep going. This is like dealing with the iPad kids, I guess. Bonnie receives a LilyPad tablet as a gift and becomes obsessed. Yeah, they got the iPad as a villain, basically. The Toy Story films haven't missed, but I don't know how they're even going to conclude this one, to be honest. Disclosure Day, new Steven Spielberg. I mean, it's new Steven Spielberg. I gotta get hyped over that. And he's going back to like his sci-fi roots with Close Encounters and E.T. But it's got an absolutely insane cast. Coleman Domingo again, Emily Blunt, Josh O'Connor, Colin Firth. If you found out we weren't alone, if someone showed you, proved it to you, would that frighten you? We'll have to think about that one, to be honest. He's had one or two misses in recent years, like the BFG. He can miss, but saying that, he has made a lot of films, so I feel like he's going to make a good film with this one. The Devil Wears Prada 2. I haven't seen the first film. Meryl Streep, Anne Hathaway, Emily Blunt again. Okay. Kenneth Branagh, Lucy Liu, Lady Gaga, Sydney Sweeney. Okay. Again, I haven't seen the first film, but it's by the same director as the first film, which is good. Werewolf. Robert Eggers. Oh, okay. Robert Eggers has not missed again. I haven't seen The Northman. The Northman's the only film of his I haven't seen. The Witch, amazing film. Lighthouse, amazing film. Nosferatu, amazing film. He really loves making these really old films, like set in like a very long ago time period. I think because it feels so detached from like reality, because it's like so long ago, and then you start adding these like real elements. I'm just yapping. I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. The story focuses on local villagers who are stalked by a mysterious creature as the attacks continue. Ancient folklore and superstition bleed into a terrifying reality. So I'm guessing it's a werewolf film, judging by the title. Set in 13th century. Lily Rose Depp returning, Aaron Taylor Johnson returning, Willem Dafoe returning. They all did great in Nosferatu. So Scream 7. This one has a weird aura around it after the whole like Melissa Barrera stuff. Saying that, there's a lot of interesting people returning here. Nev Campbell was returning, who said that she didn't want to return for Scream 6 because of like money reasons. She's returning. Courtney Cox is back again. Mason Goodin's returning. Then you got Matthew Lillard, David Arquette returning. I don't know how that's going to work. I don't know if it's like an AI thing where like Ghostface is using AI to like replicate their voices or their appearance or something. I don't know, but I am intrigued. You got Kevin Williamson directing this, who wrote the scripts for most of the Scream films, I'm pretty sure. He wrote Scream 1 to 4. I know what he did last summer. So he is a really good writer. This is his second directorial effort after whatever this is. Is he writing it? Yeah, he's writing it as well. So, yeah, it could be really good. Peaky Blinders, The Immortal Man. I haven't seen Peaky Blinders, which is unfortunate. I'm pretty sure this is basically a finale to the show, I think. Comes out in March. I think it's got the same people who are involved in the show. Mother Mary. David Lau. I've heard that name before. I did The Green Knight. He did Pete's Dragon. Peter Pan and Wendy. Alright. Long buried wounds rise to the surface when iconic pop star Mother Mary reunites with her strange best friend and former costume designer Sam Elson on the eve of a comeback performance. It's music related, I guess. Anne Hathaway again. Hunter Schafer. Comes out April. 28 years later, The Bone Temple. I'm hyped for this one. I thought 28 Years Later is one of the best films of last year. A really good follow-up to 28 Days Later. I felt like what 28 Years was setting up was really good, and I'm interested to see where this film goes with it. You got the Jimmy Savile gang. If you haven't seen 20 Years Later, you're gonna be so confused by what I just said then. You got the Jimmy Savile gang teaming up with this kid, which sounds even worse. Alright. I think Ralph Fiennes has a bigger role in this one. He's literally on the poster. This is directed by Nia DaCosta. I really like Candyman. I thought Candyman was a great film. She also did The Marvels, which was fine. There's a lot of studio interference with those films, so but this film looks like it's gonna be really good. I think there was some like early screenings of it in New York or something last year, and a lot of people were saying it's better than the first 20 Years Later, so I'm hyped for this one. I think it's gonna be really great. Supergirl, this is the second DCU film. Hype for this one. I liked what was set up in Superman. The trailer gave off like a proper Guardians of the Galaxy vibe. It seems really expansive. Supergirl seems like a really fun character. You got Jason Momoa as the villain, which is great, and Superman, I'm guessing, makes a brief appearance in this one as well, which is fun. New Hunger Games, Sunrise on the Reaping. I didn't mind Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. I thought that was a good film until like the bit where it like jumps forward in time, and then I felt like the movie kind of fell apart, but I thought the first half was really good. I've only seen the first two like main Hunger Games films. I do really need to watch all those films. Yeah, I think this is another prequel directed by Francis Lawrence again, who's done all the Hunger Games films now. Oh no, he didn't do the first Hunger Games film. He did all like the sequels. This one has Jesse Plemons in it as well. Ralph Fiennes in it as well, like Glenn Close, Kenneth Grace. Great cast. Project Hail Mary, Phil Lord, Christopher Miller. These are the people behind Lego Movie. They were involved with Into the Spider-Verse as well, Across the Spider-Verse, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. I haven't seen the Jump Street films. I do need to see these. I don't see this film being bad or being a miss, really. The trailer didn't like really wow me, but it seems like a good space film. Comes out March. Spider-Man Brand New Day. Obviously I'm hyped for this one, new Spider-Man film. The trailer leaked like a few weeks ago now, and from what I saw from that leak, it seems very hype. You've got the Punisher showing up in it as well. You got Sadie Sink playing like an unknown character. No one knows who she's playing. The Hulk showing up in it somewhere as well. Like, I can't wait for this one. The Bride. I'm pretty sure this was one that showed up in last year's list, but then it got delayed to this year. Yeah, it's directed by Maggie Gyllenhaal. I haven't seen what she's directed before, but she's acted in a lot of like good stuff. It seems like a very artsy version of Frankenstein, I guess. A lonely Frankenstein travels to 1930s Chicago to ask groundbreaking scientist Dr. Euphronius to create a companion for him. The two revived a murdered young woman and the bride is born. But what ensues is beyond what either of them imagined. Okay? Great cast, like interesting premise. We're getting a lot of Frankenstein stuff recently. Wuthering Heights. This is Emerald Fennell. This is a follow-up to Saltburn, which I thought was an amazing film. It was kind of divisive. I think some people like really didn't like it. They thought it was too much. But yeah, this is adaptation for book or something, I'm pretty sure. I think there's a lot of sex scenes in it, obviously Margot Robbie, Jacob Elordi, main two, which are two great actors, but then got Owen Cooper in it as well, who was amazing in Adolescence. So I'm guessing he's going to be amazing in this film as well. I'm just excited to see what Owen Cooper does next, really, because he's an amazing actor. Drama! The drama. This has Zendaya, Robert Pattinson in it. A happily engaged couple is put to the test when an unexpected turn sends their wedding week off the rails. Seems very interesting, very vague description of the film. But Robert Pattinson, Zendaya, good cast. Christopher Borgley. Oh, he did Dream Scenario. I really love Dream Scenario. Yeah, there's another one where it has a lot of potential. Avengers Doomsday, another very hype film. The Russos have come back. I mean, it seems like the MCU has kind of fallen off the rails, and this film kind of feels like a desperate effort to like get the MCU back on track again. Because obviously they were planning to do like this whole thing with Kang, with the Kang Dynasty and that, and then all the stuff with Jonathan Majors came out about him beating up his wife or whatever. So he got fired, and then they changed the big bad from Kang to Doctor Doom, and then they introduced Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom at the Comic-Con, and then obviously bringing the Russos back as well, who did the previous Avengers films. Avengers, Wakandans, Fantastic Four, Thunderbolts, and X-Men all fight against Doctor Doom. Like, insane. You got the X-Men returning as well. I like the original X-Men from the original X-Men films. I don't exactly know how it's going to work. It's going to be like some multiverse shifting or something. There's going to be a long ass film probably as well. Dune Part 3. I'm not going to lie, I'm not that hyped about this one. You got Denis Villeneuve returning as director. I thought Prisoners is one of the best films of all time. Prisoners is amazing. 10 out of 10 film. Wasn't big on Blade Runner. Wasn't big on the first two Dune films as well. I thought they're really like amazing epic films. The visuals are amazing. The acting's amazing. The lore of this world is really interesting, but I don't ever feel the need to like rewatch them or anything. But this has the potential to be like a really good conclusion to the whole like trilogy. Obviously you got Timothée Chalamet, Florence Pugh, Anya Taylor-Joy. You got all these people returning. Robert Pattinson's in this one as well. And then the most hyped film of the year is Christopher Nolan's Odyssey. It makes sense. Like, Christopher Nolan has established himself as like one of the best directors ever. It looks like a massive epic grand film adapting book by Homer Simpson, I'm pretty sure. Again, another like gigantic cast. Well, probably one of the biggest like ensemble casts of the year. Matt Damon, Tom Holland, Zendaya, Anne Hathaway, Robert Pattinson, Lupita Nyong'o, Benny Safdie, Charlie Theron, John Bernthal, John Leguizamo, Elliot Page. It's going to be a big film. It's going to be in award discussions. It's going to be massive. I realise I forgot to go over some films that are not marked as 2026 on Letterboxd, but they are either to come out in 2026. Starting with The Adventures of Cliff Booth, which is a sequel of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, focusing on Cliff Booth, which is really interesting. It's directed by David Fincher. The script is by Tarantino, so it has so much potential. I'm really interested about this one. We've got a live action remake of Look Back, which is one of my favourite films of 2024. I'm interested how they're going to do this in live action. I don't know if it's gonna have the same impact, but you never know. You've got Wildwood, which is Leica's first film in 7 years, I'm pretty sure, which is very exciting. I'm a big fan of stop motion animation, and yeah, it looks very hype. Then we also got Godzilla Minus Zero, which is the sequel to Godzilla Minus One, which was a great film. One of the best Godzilla films made, really. So I'm really excited to see what the sequel brings. And then here are some films that have premiered in 2024 but are not having a wider release till this year. You've got Markiplier's Iron Lung, which seems really exciting. YouTuber films can be hit or miss, but a lot of people who've seen it seem to really like it. And then finally you've got Testament of Anne Lee, which is supposed to be a big Oscar contender. It seems interesting. So that's the thing I want to go over is the most hyped TV shows of this year. I'm only going to go through like this top page here. I might just skim through some of these. I'm not as big of a TV person as I am a movie person. Paradise season 2. I've heard good things about season 1. American Traitors, season 4 of that comes out. Tell Me Lies, season 3 of that. I don't have a clue what this is as well. Don't really care. New season of RuPaul's Drag Race, I guess, guys, if you want to see this. New season of Primal. I've heard like a lot of people are hyped about this. Like, this show's been on a hiatus for like, yeah, nearly 4 years now. So it's coming back for season 3. I just wanted to watch this actually. New season of Shrinking, okay. New season of Daredevil Born Again. Obviously, season 1 was kind of messy because the original plot that they had for season 1 was like horrible. I'm pretty sure a lot of people hated it. Even the actors came out and said they hated it. So they brought the original writers from the original Daredevil show and rewrote the season. But there's a lot of stuff they already shot and there's a lot of stuff they already wrote. So it's like a mishmash. But season 2 is going to be like the original writers' visions. So I'm excited for that. Soul Spirits, new season of that, season 3. Hell's Paradise, new season. This is an anime. Wonder Man, new Marvel show. I am really hyped about this one. It's I saw the trailer. It's like it seems to have like a more indie style to it. It seems to switch things up stylistically for the MCU, which is kind of interesting. It could be really boring, but it could be like a nice change for the MCU. Devil May Cry, new season of that, second season. The Night Agent, new season of that. Okay. Season 2 One Piece, live action One Piece. I will be watching that as well. I don't really want to watch the anime because it's like 1,000 episodes. I want to watch the bits of the anime that the live action series is based on. New season of Industry, season 4. Again, I'm not familiar with a lot of these shows. New season of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Okay. New season of The Rookie. Okay. A new Game of Thrones show, Night of the Seven Kingdoms. I haven't seen House of the Dragon yet. I do really need to watch House of the Dragon. But I think this is another prequel. Yeah, century before the events of Game of Thrones. New season of Outlander. Again, another show that I've never heard of. New season of Rerun. Again, not familiar with this. Another anime. Bridgerton. I'm pretty sure is this the final season of Bridgerton? I think this might be the final season. Maybe not. I don't know. I haven't seen Bridgerton. New season of The Pit. I've heard amazing things about this show. I do need to see season 1. Season 2 literally comes out in a few days when I'm recording this. So yeah. And then new season of The Boys. Final season of The Boys. Super hyped about this. Comes out in April. Yeah, I really hope they stick the landing. I'm a big defender of season 4. I think season 4 is really good. So yeah. That's really it. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like. If you didn't, please leave a dislike, and I'll see you next video.